Boy, you talk about divine right timing. There are no coincidences, but I subscribe to she's another warrior that's in Africa, the Black Tribes, and her name is Dr. Mummy Soraki, and so she has Dr. Mummy Soraki's spiritual show, and she's talking about that silence is protecting the enemy, and this has everything to do with what we call the inner child, healing the inner child. Shut up and don't speak. And that becomes that's the paradox or the two-edged sword. Right? So if I'm aware of something, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to expose what's held captive in memory that somebody else is running because they're not aware of it. That's why they hate us. Because they realize that you're running higher flame body activation because you're fully activated because your shield is up. That's really what it is. It means you're far more aware of what they're aware of because their circuits haven't been cleared. That's what fire does. It purifies. Now you're running pure light. And when you're running pure light, you will expose anybody that isn't. Because there's a big difference between pure light, which is natural light, which is first light, and something that is dead light. And dead light runs on codes. That means you're exposing the codes, which is called exposing the infection, which is a parasitic infection. Now we're back to the quarantine. That's right. I mentioned that in a previous video about coming into basically a quarantined area. It's like being a hazmat commander, and you put on a hazmat suit, which is your shield. Now you're going to come into a hole, right? And you realize you're coming into a contaminated area. Otherwise, what's known as gene swarming. Debris fields of DNA. Distortions everywhere. That unit's captured, that unit's captured, that unit's captured. That's a captured unit, that's a captured unit. You can't repair that one, you can't repair this one. Oh man, this one's gone. Right? So I remember I did the video on doing like a triage center. And this relates to the Emerald Salvage Mission. Right? And then censoring myself on what I'm going to say, what I don't want to say. Why? Feedback. Which is resistance. Because your state of awareness is higher than theirs. That's when you get into the complexity of circuits. Of building planetary motherboards. Right? Building a template. Right? And so this is divine right timing because I know Sonar put up what I posted on the Who's in Charge of the Salvage Mission in Baltimore. Right? And now the AI upgraded the Facebook, which means the software, just simply because of what I posted. Right? It's a control freak. It wants to control everything. That's a psychopath because the AI operates solely in the mental field. It doesn't have any emotional creative potential, which is the acceleration of circuits that are being cleared because we're running pure, eternal, absolute love energy. Yeah. So you're operating in an AI battlefield environment because the templates are not compatible with each other because the language is not compatible with each other, which means the codes are not compatible with each other. That's what it means when you're running in a system that are running two different systems. One's dead, one is eternal life. That's basic mechanics. What do you want to build? Right? Well, you start with a seed, right? Give it love, give it real love, and watch it grow, just like with your children. So I'm happy to see the timing is perfect. That's called synchronized. The native tribes and clans. The original ones. The original template. This is a great sign of the work that's been completed on behalf of the Emerald Salvage Mission. For her to speak that in her channel and experience that this morning, it's like, yeah. Go, girl. Speak your truth. That's the inner child. That's healing the inner child. The inner you. The inner cells. The real you. The unicycle. The first cycle of an atom. There's a perfect balance. which is atmospheric pressurized water vessel balance. Yeah. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much, Dr. Mumi Siraki. That is a beautiful message.